Hello crochet lovers, how are you? Today we'll learn to make this plaid beanie with a square effect by crossing the yarns. It has a small button I love on one of its sides, and we can add a pom-pom at the very top. This is optional. So I hope you join me for this super easy project. Let's see the tutorial. We will need 3 colors for this project, one dark color, another lighter, and one neutral that can be the combination between both of them. If I were to use black and red, this would be maroon. If these two were brown and beige, this would be a light brown, and so on. The third color has to be the combination of these 2 tones, so it creates the optical illusion for the crossed yarns. So we'll begin working with our neutral color to crochet the headband part of our beanie. I'm using a 4mm hook. I recommend we make this beanie with a medium-sized yarn. And now we'll crochet a number of chains multiple of 6 until we get to the following length for each size. This will be the circumference of our head. So we'll keep crocheting 6 chains, then another 6, then 6 more, and so on until we reach the length that can go around our head. I recommend you measure the chains after slightly stretching them, because the beanie needs to be a little tight on our head. And once we have reached that size, we crochet 2 extra chains, and in the 3rd chain from the hook, we'll make 1 double crochet. Remember, you can check all the basic crochet stitches in my beginner's course that can be found on the pull-down eye. So now we'll crochet 1 double crochet in each chain until we get to the end of this row. Now we chain 1, turn over the project, and then we'll crochet 1 single crochet in each available stitch. Now I'm crocheting in the last stitch available for this row. There are no more. We'll ignore the 2 chains we did to go up in the previous row, and we create 2 chains. We turn over the project, and now we'll have to locate the double crochet stitches that are 2 rows down. They should look taller than the rest. We'll have to crochet in the first one. So we ignore the chains and we go to the first double crochet available. We'll be crocheting from back to create a new double crochet. There it is, we have a new double crochet. So that stitch is done, and we go to the next one, where we'll crochet a normal double crochet stitch. We now should work on the following stitch, but we check 2 rows below, and there we'll use that double crochet to create a new one from the back. This will create a texture that will help us have a prettier band. So we keep alternating 1 normal double crochet and 1 from the back, on and on. We go to the next one where we make a normal double crochet, and then we go to the next one. We check 2 rows below, and we work a new double crochet stitch from the back. We just have to keep alternating them. We are almost at the end now. We just have 2 more loops available. In the second to last, we should always have a relief stitch. And then the last one, we need to crochet a normal stitch. If this is not the sequence we have, it means that we made a small mistake during this row. Now we should crochet an even row, like row number 2. So we chain 1 and we make 1 single crochet in each available stitch. We're almost at the end of the row now. We make 1 last single crochet stitch in the last available stitch, and we ignore the 2 chains we made to go up. And we make 2 chains to go up so we can start our odd row. Now it should be easier to see 2 rows below because the stitch should be a little more noticeable. So behind it, we create a relief double crochet. And after this, we know we must make a normal double crochet. Then we make a relief double crochet by going from the back of the double crochet, that's 2 rows down. And we keep this sequence, 1 normal double crochet, 1 double crochet in relief until we finish the row. This is what we call an odd row. We should keep doing this sequence of odd and even rows until we have the width we want. I recommend we do a band of between 3 and 7 centimeters. So I'll crochet one more sequence of odd and even rows to achieve the width of 5 centimeters for my band. Right now, I have the width I wanted for the band, 5 centimeters. So we'll start with the plaid pattern. We start with 2 chains with the same yarn we have been using. And with this same neutral color, we'll crochet 3 double crochet stitches. We begin with the first top loop, 1, in the second one, 2, and in the third one, 3. And before we finish that last double crochet, we have to change colors and bring in the dark color. So we bring it in through those 2 loops, we change colors, and we hide these threads with the new double crochets we'll make. And we make 3 double crochets with the dark color. Right here. We leave the last 2 loops untouched so we can change colors and go back to the neutral tone we have been hiding. And we repeat it. 3 double crochets with the neutral color, 3 double crochets with the dark color until we finish the row. Here we go, 3 double crochets with the neutral tone. And before we finish, we change colors. It should look like little squares. And now we make the 3 double crochets with the dark color. We change colors and we keep doing this until we finish the row. Right now, I'm crocheting the last double crochet stitch with the dark color. And before I finish, I'll change to the neutral color in order to begin the next row. So now, we just have to cut the dark color. We leave the thread slightly long so the stitch does not go loose. Then, we make 2 chains and we turn over the project. Wherever we see a square with the dark color, we'll crochet a square with the neutral tone. And wherever we see a square with the neutral tone, we'll crochet a square with the light color. So right now, I should make 3 double crochets with the neutral tone. We can use this to hide the thread from the dark color with which we finish the row below, or we can leave it there so we can hide it later like I will do. We change colors now, so we bring in the light color. Remember to change it with the last 2 loops on the hook. And now we make those 3 double crochets with the light color on top of the square we made with the neutral color in the previous row. You already know that with those 2 loops at the end, we have to bring in the other color. And we just keep alternating them. 3 double crochets with the neutral tone, 3 double crochets with the light color until we get to the end of the row. Little by little, that optical pattern will begin to appear. It will look as if the light and dark colors were intertwined. We're now at the end of the row, and right before we finish that stitch, we bring in the neutral color. This will help us begin the new row. So now, we just have to repeat this sequence with the 3 colors until we get to the height, including the band for each size. We must measure from the very bottom of the band to the highest part. So I'll just keep crocheting this sequence. Don't forget to cut the yarn from the other color. The only one that should not be cut is the neutral tone. We can hide those threads when we begin the row, or we can leave them there to hide later on. And so on, we'll keep crocheting this way until we get to the height we need for each size. We should now cut the yarn, but leave it very long because we will keep working with it. Now we have to close the beanie by setting one corner over the other, and we'll adjust this folded part until it has the following sizes for each size. We can adjust as much as we want until we get to the size we need. And once we have it, we use a yarn needle to sew. We have to start from the very top, and we'll make stitches with the neutral color, only on the neutral color squares we have made. We have to make small stitches until we get to the band. We go all the way to the very bottom, and once we are down here, we have to go back by using the headband in order to go up to the top of the beanie. When we are at the top, we'll create a few more stitches so that it is very secured. And we finish it off with a small knot. Remember, we go down and then we go up. And once we are on top, we set the yarn at the middle. And we go through to the opposite side. This will create two sides. So we go through the opposite ends of those sides. One over here, and now to the other side. We pull the yarn hard in order to create 4 sides that will also go through at the opposite ends. So we go through here and here. We can do this in any order we want until we go through all of them. Remember, you have to pull hard on the yarn. Now we should have 8 very small sides. And we must go through all of them. I like to count them so I don't get lost because they hide a little bit more than the others. So we can use our fingers to push them to the front and we go through those 8 sides. When we are done going through those 8 sides, the top part of our plaid beanie should be closed tightly. Now we can go to the other side to close off with the yarn. Just make a couple knots and we can cut the yarn if we don't want to add a pom-pom. If you want to add a pom-pom, we bring the yarn out to the other side, we go through the pom-pom and we sew it to the beanie. The last thing to do is add the button right where the 2 sides of the beanie are sewn together. And that's it! When the button is set, we have finished our beanie to wear or to give. I hope you liked this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be up to date with everything new. Have a great day, crochet lovers!